Hey, welcome back to the Owner Operator Podcast. I'm your host, Austin Gray. In this episode, I'm hosting Bodhi Gallo again. He is going to give you local SEO tips that you can implement into your own local service business. Bodhi is the co-founder of Stryker Digital, and they specialize in SEO. So we are going to break down what you can do today to optimize your Google My Business profile for your business in your own local market. Doesn't matter what market you are operating in, doesn't matter what service you offer. You can follow the tips that Bodhi talks about in this episode and implement this in your business today to get more leads from your Google My Business account. So I hope you stick around for the whole episode because there is so much value in here. And real quick, before we jump into the episode, we are doing a free 7-day course on starting your own local service business. This process will work for any service in any market. So go to ownerops.com/playbook and you can get a free 7-day email course. That's ownerops, OWNROPS.com/playbook. Real quick, wanted to share with you 2 agency partners who have helped me grow Bear Claw Land Services. Stryker Digital manages all of our SEO services, and they've got us to #1 on Google for specific search terms within our local service business. Cedar Digital Consulting manages all of our social media and YouTube, and they make it very simple for owner operators like myself. All I have to do is go take photos and videos in the field, upload those on my phone to a shared iCloud album very quickly, and they handle everything else from there. They edit and they publish. I don't have to worry about it. I can focus on growing my business. So if you're looking for SEO services, check out Stryker Digital. That's Stryker, STRYKER-digital.com. And for social media, check out Cedar Digital Consulting. That's CEDAR digitalconsulting.com. We'll see you in the episode.
Thank you for having me again. I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is fun. Thanks for joining. And in this video, we're going to break down how to get to #1 on Google search. You guys came on board. Let's see, it's been several months now. I think we started working with you like right before the end of the last year. So what, like 3 or 4 months in at this point. So I already had like a base. I already had a website. I had already, sort of done some of my basic service pages, service areas. But then whenever you guys came on, we were launching a new location, and man, we just saw like results skyrocket after working with you. So I just wanted to have you on and break down just like the strategy of how you take these local service businesses and get to #1 on Google.
Yes, sir. Just one thing to show your audience. We got Austin ranked pretty much #1 in the whole entire state of Colorado for land clearing services. When he came to me 3 months ago, he was like, I have the firepower to go anywhere within Colorado. We got to get ranked there. And we started doing that for him. So we've created a lot of new Google My Business profiles for him all around the state of Colorado. And now he's ranking #1 for Colorado land clearing services. The way I did that, and we're able, sorry, you probably have to cut this part out. We're able to see my screen, right? On the thing.
Say that again.
You like when I share my screen, it shows up on your end for the recording, right? Sorry, I've never done this. All right, perfect.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's all good.
You'll have to cut that out.
No, it's all good. I like keeping it raw and real. All right, so let's talk like high level. Step 1, whenever it comes to you for SEO services, like what is SEO and how do you like what are you going to be optimizing whenever you offer SEO services to another local service business?
So the way I look at SEO from a local service business is different than most people. I'm all about getting people ranked on the Google Map Pack over getting their website ranked on Google. The reason I say that is because when people are searching for services like land clearing near me, dumpster rental near me, they're gonna, on the Google Map Pack, it's gonna go Google local service ads, Google ads, Map Pack, and then your website. So the reason why I'm not too worried about ranking websites as I am with the Map Pack is because the Map Pack have all the social proof in it. And people usually like scroll over the sponsored ads and the LSAs to see who has the best 5-star reviews. So even if your website is ranking number 1, people are more likely going to click on the Google Map Pack because of the reviews side of things. They don't care that your website's number 1. What people usually care about if you're going to go to their house and do a service is that you are ranked well on the Map Pack and you have enough reviews where other people have used you. So like your Google My Business profile is just a huge form of social proof to show any potential customer.
Okay. So
Sorry.
real quick, for the first people, or for the people who have no clue about SEO, I know you verbally just explained that. Could you go search just some random service in a random location so that you can go break down between ads, map pack, website ranking, so that makes sense in other people's minds who don't understand what you're verbally saying?
Yes, sir. Sharing the map right now.
Okay.
So if you look up dumpster rental, Orangeburg, New York, these are the sponsored ads. And I'm in a pretty competitive market. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all sponsored ads. This is a brokerage. This isn't even a real company. These 3 guys are real companies, and they all use the same company to run their ads. But here I am right here. So I'm actually was able to embed the AI within Google's like new AI search results for Orangeburg dumpster rental. TNT Carting and Junk Removal offers affordable dumpster rental service in Orangeburg, New York. Call us. And then if we go down more, I am right here on the Google Map Pack. So you'll see me as the number 1 option. I have less reviews than these guys, but I still was able to get to the number 1 option from here. And then if we scroll down some more, this is just northjerseydisposal.com, which is another brokerage account. And then here I am again as the number 1 company ranked for a website in this area. So I'm pretty dominant in my market, clearly, from doing this. So just like I get most of my calls from right here, like my Google My Business profile gets, I don't know why I'm on Yelp. My Google My Business profile gets like 30 to 40 calls per week just from being the number 1 in my area. So it just, my volume just keeps increasing just from having this. And now that Google AI has this in here, it's just been killer for me to get leads. I got people going to my website and my Google My Business profile now because we're showing up, like we're dominating the SEO market between being on the Google AI, the Google Map Pack, and the website ranking, which is still way too far down. Like if you're scrolling, you see all these sponsored ads, and then you see me again. You got to scroll some more till you get to your first website. And that's just, it's tough for customers. Like they're not going to scroll this far, like in this day and age, everyone's obsessed with TikTok, Facebook. Our attention spans are only getting shorter. So that's why the Google Map Pack, I think, is essential for ranking for your business.
Yeah. Real quick. Well, thank you so much for showcasing that, because I think that will make sense in listeners' minds right now. What is Google AI? I haven't heard anything about that yet.
So it's kind of crazy. It's pretty new. Google is just like, they're kind of testing it right now, and some markets have it, some markets don't. And they're just coming out with like, whoever writes the best content in a specific service area is being ranked for services. So I have the most content in my service area for renting dumpsters in Orangeburg, New York. So for me, like we are ranking highly there because of all the content I've built out on my website and my Google My Business profile. And it's pretty new and it's being rolled out in like specific areas. And I just discovered that like a couple weeks ago, and that was it was pretty eye-opening to me. It's my first time seeing it, and I'm the only one that ranks for it, which is pretty badass.
Okay, cool. So now let's jump into the more granular pieces of this conversation. So as far as SEO is related, you have your Google My Business file to keep updated. You have your website, correct? And then the third piece would be backlinks. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And
So
so
is there
backlink
anything else?
back reviews. Reviews are huge. Responding to reviews are huge too. And I've noticed like a trend where like you don't need a lot of reviews. You just need a lot of 5-star reviews. Like if you have 300 reviews and they're 4 stars, but I have 50 reviews and they're all 5 stars, I most likely am going to outrank you in that market. I've seen that trend all over the place. And even for my own market, like Junk King, which is a huge company, they have 4.7-star reviews and I have 4.9. So I actually outrank them from that alone, because all of our on-page SEO work is pretty much the same. And their off-page SEO work dominates me because they're able to acquire crazy backlinks because they're a franchise. So I'm able to outrank them still because of my reviews and how I am consistent with posting on my profile, where a lot of franchises aren't consistent in that way. What I see in the marketplace is a lot of these franchises are doing SEO practices from like 2015, still writing blog posts, still adding a lot of links to their website, where like the game is completely changed once they rolled out Google My Business.
Okay. Can you tell us, like, let's jump in now, because reviews would fall under the bucket of Google My Business, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay. So we've got 3 pillars: Google My Business, on-page SEO, which is like writing content on your website, correct?
Yep.
And then we have off-page SEO, which is a backlink strategy.
Yeah. Backlink citations.
Okay. Now, what you're saying is reviews, if you had to pick one, getting 5-star reviews on your Google My Business is the most important thing.
It is important, but there's a lot of more other important stuff. You have to fill out as much as you can on your Google My Business profile. So for example, I'll show you Bear Claw. You're one of the new profiles we created for you. Like we have everything filled out here. So if we go to your products right here, we have driveway grading and repair, mastication, right-of-way clearing, brush control, stump grinding, tree trimming. We have all of your services here. And then if we click on your services, I'm doing it from a wrong angle. If we click on your services like brush control and we press, it goes right back to your website. It external links right out to your website. So just having this with this paragraph just shows Google that you're active with content. And most people, like your competitors, aren't doing this. So you have to fill out as much as possible with your Google My Business profile. Same with your services. Like we have the services pages of all your services, and we just have this filled out within your specific service area. I try not to, some people bombard this thing and put like 100 different descriptions here. I try not to do that because sometimes like Google will recommend services that you don't even offer and will just screw up the whole search results. So I like to keep it short and simple, have like 10 to 15 tops, depending on what type of business you have. Another thing that's a little trick of ours is we ask you all these questions. So we ask all these questions and then we answer them in like a SEO format, just to like Bear Claw Land Services offers tree mastication in Castle Rock, Colorado. So we ask questions like, what do you serve? Like, what type of services do you offer and where do you offer them? We ask that in your Google My Business profile, and we just respond and like, we offer tree trimming and mastication services in Castle Rock, Colorado. We are open from these times. So what we're doing there is not only like if your customers are snooping around your profile, they're answering questions before they have to pick up the phone, but it also tells Google like you guys are active in building high quality content for your Google My Business profile.
Okay, perfect. Could you open that screen back up and show us just specifically, I know you started with the products and with the services and then the questions, just for our listeners and people who are watching this on video, could you go back and just show us how to edit those product pages that gives you the backlink back, or a link back to your website?
So usually in the top right here, right now it's just Bear Claw Land Services. Usually like when you own the profile, just because I'm on my marketing profile, usually just do my business in the Google search. You just search my business, and that's what brings you to this page. If I searched that, like 100 businesses would show up. So it's just easier to put Bear Claw Land Services LLC, Austin's company. And then if you want to make any edits, they're all right here. So it's edit profile, read reviews, messages, photos, performance, advertise, which brings you to Google Ads. Edit products is what I just showed you guys. So these are all the products Austin offers, all the services, and you can just edit and build products right off here like this. Select the category: services, driveway grading and repair, product description, and then Bear Claw Land Services.
And there, you want to make sure to link back to that specific service page on the website that actually has similar content. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. So if we go visit site, we'll be on brush control.
So this is sort of where the on-page SEO starts working together with Google My Business Profile, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. Well, we'll save on-page SEO for a different bucket to jump into. So let's stay on the products and the services here.
So more stuff here is like right here: set up booking, create ad, create an offer. There's all this stuff you could fill out. Add new photos. Never do add address autocomplete, because that always gives you, like, Google could flag you anytime you change your address. Google's very finicky about that, and it might ask you for re-verification. We have re-verified a ton of profiles, but it's not something we like to do. It kills your rankings. So we really try not to mess with addresses. We rather just make you a new Google My Business profile than mess with your address or your service area, just because, let's say you're ranking #1 in your area and you change your address and Google suspends you, like, you're going from 1 to 10 to 20 quickly without even realizing, and then starting the whole process over again. So I always emphasize to people, be careful with changing your address, unless you have the documents to provide it. Because when Google suspends you, it does tank your rankings, and I've seen it way too many times. People will tell me, hey, I changed my profile, now I'm suspended. And I'm like, come on, I wish you told me that before you did it, like my clients, because we have to start the whole ranking process over again when Google does that, unfortunately.
Okay. So the next thing after products, you mentioned services, right?
Yes.
So we need to update those. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So for services, Austin's targeting Castle Rock, Colorado. The services only really need to be like 100+ characters, nothing crazy. Very simple: professional tree removal services in Castle Rock, Colorado, ensuring safe and efficient removal of unwanted trees with minimal impact on your property. Something simple and easy. It's all about just having professional tree services in Castle Rock, Colorado. That's the most important thing. You don't got to go crazy with it and write these crazy service descriptions. Just something where your targeted location is right here.
So
and then we have
service
Castle Rock
offered and service area, right?
Yes, sir. And then we have Castle Rock right here in his Google service area. It's just Castle Rock.
Now, what is that right there? Is that a photo that you uploaded?
This right here is actually your service area. Because when you came to us and said you want another Google My Business profile, so what we did actually was you said you wanted to target Castle Rock, Colorado. So that's why we just have Castle Rock right here. And then we'll actually take this map and use it on your website.
Okay. Now, right here, this is a specific question I have, because I've been servicing Franktown right there, just to the right of Castle Rock. I've been serviced like Ponderosa Park, those areas. Can you add a second service location on here?
Yes.
But like, what's best practices here? We lost Bodhi here, but I'll get him back on.
We were talking about this. Okay, so what you asked me was the Franktown thing. So if you have a Google My Business profile, like right now, Austin, we just have Castle Rock, but he says he's doing work in Franktown. So what I'm going to do later today is just add Franktown as one of his service area pages. And this map right here will actually just go outwards to Franktown. And then what I'll do on his website is create a service area page for Franktown for all the services that Austin offers. The first one will be land clearing services. Then we'll go down to tree mastication to whatever other services that he offers.
Yeah, it's basically the same. Like
Same
I've done
process.
all the research where where it's like those are the search terms, like brush control gets searched, tree removal, forestry, mulching. That's why we have all those service pages on the website. But what you're saying there is you would replicate that service line or those service lines and then do like tree removal in Franktown, Colorado.
Yes. So let me show you guys an example from Austin's website, Bear Claw. This is for tree removal in Granby, Colorado. We have to change this background. I'm sorry to our audience. We're definitely going to update this later today. But expert tree removal services in Granby, Colorado. I have that right here, right in the header. Targeting expert tree removal in Granby. Scroll down, dedicated to excellence in tree care. Just some stuff of Austin taking down trees. Simple phone, calendar, how to book a job, get started now. We have a call to action right here. Frequently asked questions, like I was telling you guys on the Google My Business profile. FAQs are huge. Google loves to see FAQs. Okay, let's get started. Another call to action. And then, how I was saying how we have that service area, like I was showing you earlier for Castle Rock. So this is for Granby, and we just have the service area of Granby on this page. And then on this Google map, this actually comes from your Google business profile. We actually are able to embed this map from the Google My Business profile. And then we actually inject within the code of this map, we put our own keywords into this map. So we do something like Granby tree trimming, Granby land clearing, and that would be behind the code of this. That'd be all the HTML code for this map. So Google will actually supply you with just a regular code for this. Then we actually go into it and add our own keywords into the code from your profile.
Yeah, that was something that impressed me about you guys early on is that, your partner, Andy, is an engineer, business partner, I should say. You throw around the word partner in this day and age and people think, you never know what people are thinking. Weird world we live in. So I'll clarify that with business partner. So Andy is an engineer, and you mentioned something early on that you guys custom code everything.
Yes.
And I'm curious as to like we've gotten results fast with you guys. I understand that I had a baseline to work with, and I've put in hundreds of hours on writing content on I had SEO professionals before. I had 2 different guys working, subcontracted in the beginning, trying to paint the vision. I was doing stuff at the beginning, like writing, setting up the service area pages and all that stuff. But once I started working with you guys, it was like, holy crap. We went from 0 to number 1 real quick on land clearing specific search terms. And I'm really I'm optimistic about the other services we offer as far as getting to the top here. So how much of the custom coding on the back end is attributed to the success you guys get for people?
So my business partner, Andy, is he's an academic with this. He's not only a professional in SEO and coding, he takes this at an academic level. So that's why we're able to get people results pretty quickly, because he could probably write a book on SEO, and he definitely will someday. So for us, it's important. Every other SEO company, a lot of different ones, aren't focusing on coding. They're not really injecting as much code into their websites as we do. And I think it really gives us an upper hand in the market. Even just from speed of your website alone, we're able to, just from a speed standpoint, we're able to speed up your website by just getting rid of some HTML code, adding some. So I think that's what really sets us apart in the market from regular other SEO agencies.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not to get too far off on that, but I I have been impressed with what you guys offer and the rate at which you guys are producing content. So let's go back into like that service area page. What if somebody's watching this and they're just setting their Google My Business profile up? Like, what do they need to do for the service area location? Like the bare minimum.
The bare minimum. So for me, like I'm in Rockland County, New York. We have towns like Nanuet, Congers, Pearl River, Orangeburg. So for something like Congers dumpster rental, what I'll do is make a page 10-yard dumpster rental Congers, 15-yard dumpster rental Congers, 20-yard dumpster rental Congers. I'll just make those service pages, and then you just have to index them within Google Search Console. That's really important. Otherwise, Google can't really index your website. And that's what's really given me an upper hand in my market, by just making service area pages for all of my products, and then getting them indexed with Google. And if someone needs a backdoor indexer, because sometimes it gets hard to index with Google, just let me know on the side, and I can refer them to a product that we use to index stuff quickly.
Okay, so that is obviously, like, if somebody signs up and works with you guys are indexing all the pages you guys create.
Yes. So for example, I was showing you Congers dumpster rental, like the bare minimum. So I'll use my market as an example again. Someone searches up Congers dumpster rental. There's not even a GMB that shows up for this. Sponsored, sour gum brokerage, waste management. They're not even in my market. This is one of my competitors, another sponsored ad. Budget dumpster, same thing. And then there I am right here, 10-yard dumpster rental Congers. And I have this post right here because I've built content. This isn't my website. I've built content around it. And I said renting a 10-yard dumpster from TNT Junk Boys in Congers, New York. And I rank there, and then I'm back right here. So if you're a consumer and you're searching for me, like, they're not looking at sponsored ads, and then they see me here again, and then they see me here again. And then if we go, I'm actually third on the map pack. I'm actually not even ranked in the map pack in Congers, but for some reason, it's a small area that my website shows up before the map pack even shows up, which is pretty eye-opening to see.
It is funny when you start poking around at like different, like specific search
different
terms,
keywords. Yeah.
How
like I still show
changes.
up. Yeah, the algorithm changes where like I still show up twice my website, but the map pack shows up in a different area.
Interesting. All right. So just creating a page on your website, like if I go in, I create a page on my WordPress site, it's not indexing on Google without doing something else.
Without you going on Google Search Console and indexing it yourself.
Interesting.
And that's something that's pretty important. We have something that will like push that through, but Google Search Console sometimes like will reject you 3 or 4 times, and then we use something to get it pushed through.
Really? Okay. And is that a piece of SaaS product or what?
Yeah, it's a SaaS product. I actually met the owner of the SaaS product. Me and Andy went to like an SEO conference in Miami, and we met a ton of different like famous SEOs, I guess you can call them. And they have all these different products that help us.
Okay, nice. All right. So let's talk. Is there anything else on Google My Business that somebody who's like just starting their business, like if they're setting up their profile, what else?
Something I like with the Google My Business is a booking page. So I'll show you right here. Bear Call Land Services. I think a booking page is another thing that's pretty important, especially for cleaning companies. A lot of cleaning companies I work with have something called Booking Koala, and they like to be booked online. So if you just add this simple booking page, like I have Bear Call Land Services right here, the contact us page for you. If you just have a simple booking page like this also helps Google and will help people online, because they'll be able to see it from the consumer perspective of Google search, not from where I am right now, the admin perspective. Another thing we do actually is the updates. I left this out. We update your profile every 3 days. We add these posts and they all go back to your website. So we're constantly adding these posts. These don't really move the ticker that much for your Google My Business profile. It's only like 10% of the equation. but it really does help push the ticker. Not push the ticker. It's just like we build your profile like it's a social media profile. What I'd like to tell people is like before, when a customer's looking for a specific service, if your profile is built out like an Instagram or Facebook page, you're going to be sold before you even, like, the customer's sold before they even pick up the phone and call you. Like, that's what our goal is, to build your profile out where it looks so professional that it's just like an Instagram foodie page or Facebook page.
Got it. I love it. Okay, so is that everything on Google My Business?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's talk on-page content. I know we've already kind of covered some of it, but like at a high level, why is on-page content important for SEO?
For me, it's important because that your on-page content is what's sending signals to Google. It's like what adds your Google My Business profile to your website. Like I said, we like to connect the two of those. So your on-page content is important just for like professionalism on your Google My Business profile. I said that wrong. Cut that part out. Let me re-say that. So your on-page content is important because what we're adding to your on-page content is the same stuff that we're adding to your Google My Business profile. We like to match up all the header tags and whatnot, all the services. So for example, you have land clearing services. We like to have that land clearing services page on your Google profile, and there's like a bridge between them and your products page. So when we external link it out on your products page to your Google My Business profile, which then links to your website. So it's like the barrier between connecting the two of them.
Okay. Let's start at the beginning. Like let's say you're building a new website for somebody. And well, we did one the other day. A window cleaning company, right?
Yes.
So just what does every website need at a baseline level for basic local SEO?
A header one, which is like the first thing on your website that you land on, of just what your service is and what the area is that you're looking to target. So something for me is like my header one is like Rockland County Dumpster Rentals by TNT Junk Boys. So something like that. That's the name of my business. It's the first time I'm really sharing it to the public, but Rockland County Dumpster Rentals by TNT Junk Boys is just like, for Google, they see, okay, this company is offering dumpster rentals in Rockland County, New York. And then what I do is on my service pages, Rockland County is like the big area, is if like you were targeting Denver, Colorado. And then I have smaller areas within Rockland County, smaller towns like Orangeburg, New York, Congers, New York, West Nyack, New York. So I start from the county and then I go dive in smaller from there. And the service pages, all my service pages have the same header as my homepage, but it's just a specific town instead of the county.
Okay, got it. Now, all right, so you're targeting Rockland County. What's another neighboring county that's like maybe an hour or two away?
From me? Or from you? Did I lose you again? Oh my God.
No, we're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay. No, yeah. Okay, good.
And I'm asking, like, for you, what is another service area that's like 1 or 2 hours away?
So for me, I have Orange County, but I don't even target that area. But I am ranking in Bergen County, New Jersey, which I'm waiting to get my license in right now. That's a county that is next to me. So what I do, because I can't really operate there right now, I'm waiting for my license. It takes 2 years, hard barrier of entry in my market. And when I get calls for that area, I just sub out a lot of work. When I do stuff like that, I just rank there because they have a pretty weak presence anyway. That's where I see the most growth for my business.
Okay, so where I'm going with this question, you know a bit about my business. You know that I operate in a county inside the mountains of Colorado, like an hour and a half outside of Denver.
Yes.
This winter time, whenever we had snow here, I wanted to go target an area like 2 hours away from me that doesn't have enough as much snow.
Yep.
So you guys helped me with that. You guys helped me launch a new Google My Business. That's what we went through earlier on this call. Like you guys saw
Yes.
the locations we're targeting: Castle Rock, Franktown. My question for you specifically, as it relates to the website, what should my homepage state if I am building a business that services Grand County and Douglas County? What should my homepage and header H1 state?
That's a great question. So what we like to do is build a subdomain off that county. So you'll have Bear Claw Land Services, and then on your Google My Business profile, we have the service area for Castle Rock on that profile, and that's what will be on your Google My Business profile for Castle Rock. It'll be that page for Castle Rock.
So when you say you like to build a subdomain,
yes,
it would be what, like Douglas County landservices.com?
Yep.
So for those listeners who don't know what a subdomain is, subdomains are, can you better? You probably can better than I can.
So subdomains are just like a domain that's off of your website, that's still connected to your website. It's what a lot of the franchises do. Like franchises will have, let's say I had a franchise, TNT Dumpster Rental franchise. I'll have TNT Dumpster Rental franchise page, and I'll have TNT Dumpster Rental of Rockland County. We'll have a subdomain off that. And then let's say TNT Dumpster Rental is in Denver. I'd have another page called TNT Dumpster Rental of Denver. And it's just a subdomain off the main website.
But the way that show up in the URL, if you did it, would be like denver.tntjunkboys.com.
Yep.
Okay. So whenever you do that, you're creating essentially a different home page for that service area.
Yes,
is that correct?
Exactly. It's like an internet domain, which is a part of a primary domain.
Okay. So that is something I should do, right? Like for this, go create a subdomain for Douglas County so that I can put Grand County land clearing and grading services on my H1 on my main website, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just to revisit, what Bodhi is saying is on your header, can you show maybe like mine isn't a good example of this because I actually just changed mine the other day. I'm offering more services in my county right now. So let's use a good example and let's show the listeners and viewers what a good example of this looks like.
Give me 1 second. Sorry. Here's something I did do for you. This is just for your Google My Business profile. So we are targeting Castle Rock, Colorado, and Castle Pines, Colorado. We have this land clearing, brush control in Castle Rock and Castle Pines, Colorado. So it's all about having this header one is the most important thing. And then on your profile, when we edit your profile and when we made your new one with your website, we have this website connected to it, just targeting Castle Rock and Castle Pines, Colorado.
Okay.
And we have
but
all
what
this
you're
content.
saying though is that second Google My Business should be linked to a subdomain for this separate service area.
Okay, not a subdomain, but a service area page or a subdomain. It's pretty much whatever the customer wants. For you, you're in Colorado, so it's different. You're only targeting that state of Colorado, like we have right here. But if you were to say, "Hey, Bodhi, I want to target Florida, but I want to still keep the Bear Claw thing," then we'd make a subdomain for Bear Claw Land Services in Florida.
Okay. And then that's just, you're almost just building a whole new website off of that. Like if
Pretty
you
much. Off your main website, though. Like off your primary domain, we'd make a secondary domain off your main website. It'd be Bear Claw Land Services of Florida, of Central Florida, wherever you'd like to target.
Okay. Got it.
But because just because land clearing and brush control, like Castle Rock is only an hour from you, the subdomain thing really doesn't make that much sense because your whole website is based around building content around Colorado anyway.
Okay. So I guess the only reason I'm asking this is like if my page, if I say Grand County Land Clearing and Grading Services,
Yeah.
and then the like a Castle Rock customer comes to my homepage, then it gets confusing. And so how do you think about that?
So what we did for you is we have like Grand County, Colorado, and surrounding areas. Right here. So that usually works too. But what I like to do is like in the service area page of your website, in like the website part on your Google My Business profile, when people click that for Castle Rock, it's going to bring them to the Castle Rock service page. It's not going to bring them to the homepage of your website.
Okay. Got it. But I need to update this H1 to like Colorado Land Clearing and Grading Services, right?
Yes, we got to update this. I was going to talk to you about that after this.
Yeah. Guys, that for anybody who's listening, that was not something Bodhi and his team did. That was something I did based off of looking at another company who I'm trying to model my business after. But we're talking to the SEO expert. You guys listen to the SEO expert and don't do what I did.
Yeah, I would say that looks pretty new to me.
Yeah, on H1, like updating your H1 on your homepage, does that do anything for rankings long term with Google? Like can it, if you change it too much, can that affect your rankings?
Yes, but not like crazy. It's not like affecting your Google My Business profile that much. I just think it's essential. I think it's really important to have like your service in your H1 no matter what. Not only for SEO purposes, just for like people wanting to work with you, like customers landing on your website. Like I think it's important to be like Colorado's #1 land clearing service.
So what if what if you offer 3 different services within, because like in excavation business or in forestry business, like there are multiple different search terms that I'm offering.
Yeah.
So how do you recommend people do that? Like yours is junk removal,
Mine's
right?
easy. Mine's easy because it's dumpster rental. So like this is the power washing company we built for you. So something just like mobile, because with power washing, there's like 5 different services you can have off it. So I used to like to have like one main service, like pick your favorite service. For you would be like land clearing, one main service, and then build out from there. Because sometimes it gets too convoluted, like in the top. So for you, it's just like mobile power washing in Denver, but your services all vary. Mobile fleet washing, heavy equipment washing, commercial building cleaning. So all your services are different. That's why we just make the services page for this type of stuff.
Okay.
And then it'd be like top rated mobile fleet washing in Denver. People for fleet washing. So that's right here is top rated. So mobile fleet washing in Denver. Have the right there on the header for every single service page. And this is a custom coded website.
Yeah, you guys did a really good job with this. So just to kind of paint some context here, I was really happy with what Bodhi and his team did. So we launched a power walk business to start creating content and then let the SEO stuff do its magic over a set amount of time. So what we're going to do here is do 12 months of this, and then we're just going to see like where we end up in the search rankings. I'm starting to learn how this SEO thing works, and so I'm currently focused all on building Bear Claw right now for the foreseeable future. But I know that this won't be my last business, and I like the power washing business. So I thought, why not? Let's build something. Let's see if we can start ranking, knocking down some stuff in Colorado, and we'll report back on this at the end of the year.
He
But
likes
yeah,
the
this
commercial. He likes the commercial side of power washing. He wants to do the good stuff.
yeah,
But
I don't want to do the
like
$500
I was
jobs.
showing you earlier, we take your Google My Business profile and just embed this map on the bottom of each page that we target for you.
Yeah.
Then we go to locations, Aurora, Colorado, more than just power washing in Aurora. The Colorado Power Wash Advantage in Aurora, why we stand out, frequently asked questions, and then we just have the service page for Aurora right here from your Google My Business profile. And this is where the code really increases your rankings.
This is actually a good, I think this is a perfect example of how to set up a website from a services and service location page structure. So like if you guys want to look at how Bodhi and his team build out websites and recommend building a website and optimizing for service pages and service locations, then go to coloradopowerwash.com and just look at what they've done there. I haven't even, literally, we started beginning of January. I haven't done a thing. I haven't edited the website at all. They've done every single piece of this. And so, yeah, I think this is a really good example. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, I think we should start it out with this than Bear Claw because this is like our baby compared to Bear Claw. We just kind of took over the Bear Claw website.
Yeah.
This is both our babies.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. So this is a fun project. Bear Claw, I think you're right. I probably did, I don't know, 12 or 18 months where I built stuff out, and I probably did some things all right, but I definitely have done some things wrong as well. So
that's why it's a big thing of just hiring a marketing company, social media management company, Google Ads company, SEO company, and then doing it all yourself. So at the end of the day, like you want to focus on Bear Claw, you want to focus on land clearing services. Like that's what your business is. You're not in the business of marketing and wasting time on social media marketing, wasting time on SEO, web design, stuff like that. Like that's where I see a lot of service area guys where they mess up is they're working too much in their business like than on their business. They're worrying about stuff like they're not professional website designers and they're building websites themselves. And it's like, why are you wasting time doing that when you could be out door knocking, you could be out advertising, meeting connections with people? Like, I think that's huge. Because for me, like if I'm going up against someone in my market and I know I could dominate them on the SEO side of things because like if they're trying to do it themselves, for me, it's like what you're trying to do, it's going to take you 1 week. It'll take me 1 day to do. And I'll do that over and over and over again. So by the time you build 10 pages, I'll have 50 built, which I think is huge where like people try to do this stuff themselves and then it creates more problems in the long run than it does in the short run. And I've seen this a million times now.
Dude, I agree 100%. I mean, I told you yesterday when we were texting, I have spent hundreds of hours on the website with Bear Claw, like since the beginning. I don't even know how many count at this point, and I've spent 0 on Colorado Power Wash. And I guarantee you, after 12 months of SEO services, next year I could go start a business where I'm landing like, 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 commercial and industrial jobs with this. And I think like that's when it clicked for us, when I can go out as an owner and focus on landing the like $20,000 to $50,000 jobs and to pay you guys like 18 grand a year to manage this for me.
Yeah.
It starts to make so much more sense whenever you look at it on like where your time best spent as an owner. And I think this was like the big breakthrough moment for me as an because I've been like a DIY guy, right? Like I built my own home. I like having my hands on things. I like having my hands in things in like phase of it. And when I used to like build my own websites, it's like, dude, I'm probably like, I would literally spend like 6 hours on, or you look up and 6 hours is gone because you've been like trying to edit something or like update the design. Like in order to move fast in business, here's one of my, I guess, contrarian takes right now. It's funny because like you see in the whole like Twitter space now, everybody wants to be like the hands-off owner, like working on marketing and sales, and they want to hire the operations guy. My approach is different. I would rather delegate the marketing to the pros like you guys, let you guys do your thing, and then I'm out in the field operating, because you and I both know, like, when we go into the field, you make deals happen, and that's what drives business.
And your customers want to see you in the field. Like, that's something that's huge for me. Your customers want to see you in the field. They don't, like, if you're behind all day, like, all my customers know me. I collect all my money from my customers. Like, they all know me from that aspect of things, just for the relationship. Like, they don't want to just see me. I don't answer the phone anymore, but when I used to, like, the reason why I did answer the phone, it took me so long to put down the phone, was because I was building a relationship with these customers. Like, I have had beers with my customers, and like, they're recurring revenue. So like, that's what they want to see. Like, they don't want, to them, it's like disrespectful that they don't see me, from what I've experienced through the past, where like my customers know they can just text me anytime, hey, I need a dumpster tomorrow, which I think is huge. But I see that too on Twitter. Like, it's funny. People are focusing on the wrong thing in SMBs these days. Everyone thinks this is just like an easy self-running business, and it's not at all. It's probably one of the most challenging things. And like, business is scary when you're busy. It's scary when you're slow. Like, you're never comfortable. I have some contracts with companies for my dumpster business where like, I am comfortable that I won't lose them for a year, but I got to keep them happy for a year, because when the year comes up and they want to shop elsewhere and work with someone else, like I didn't do a good job for them that year. So that's just something that's really important. And stuff I do in the SMB space, we're kind of running away from marketing right here, but some stuff I do is like, if Christmas time comes around, I'll send the secretaries of my biggest customers, like, I'll send them flowers. I'll send them like candies and whatnot. Or like, I made a tweet the other day where like, I have a ton of roofers under my belt, and I get them bacon, egg, and cheeses, which is like a popular New York thing, for breakfast every other week. I'm going out and giving it to them, because I know, like, if I spend $100 on a bacon, egg, and cheese, like, that's going to, the return on investment spending $100 on bacon, egg, and cheeses is like $100,000. So it's like, for me, like, business is about keeping relationships. And if you can get your business in front of people through social media marketing, SEO, Google ads, anything like that, like, you're only going to be in it longer.
Absolutely, 100%. So let's jump back into the SEO. Kind of got off of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on like on-page SEO that you want to touch on? I mean, we've already touched on like, hey, you need sort of like a homepage with an H1, that main service page, or your main homepage that states your main service plus your location. Then you need service pages specific to each service that you offer, kind of like you just showed on Colorado Power Wash. And then you need service location pages like Aurora, Colorado Power Washing. Is there anything else on the website at a baseline level that you need to just get started?
That's pretty much the gist of it. It doesn't have to get overcomplicated. Where it gets complicated is us adding like backlinks and citations, where it gets a little complicated. The website should just be simple, clean, and have keywords in it. Like, you don't got to go crazy with it. I like to have speedy websites. That's why we like to code websites, but we kind of gotten out of that because a lot of these owner ops are afraid of having coded websites. So I always give it to people as an option.
Interesting. Yeah. So let's talk links and citations now.
Yep. So I know last podcast we were on, we talked about Connor Schaller with his sneaky backlinks. So with all of my clients, like, I have his sneaky backlink list. It's funny, like, these Twitter trolls like have made a list of his backlinks and have like a whole Excel sheet of it. So for my citation building, what we do for all our citations, like, is we just build the sneaky backlinks for people. And a citation is like a site like Yelp or Apple Maps are the two best citations besides having your Google My Business profile. And it's just pretty much your name, address, phone number, website. And for all our citation buildings, we build our customers 25 citations per month. And all of those citations come from Connor's sneaky backlinks. And we've also built like our own backlinks around our websites and whatnot. Like, my Stryker Digital website has a 55 domain rating now, and all of our clients have links back to our website. But our link building strategy, which is a little different than citations, I have like a mass amount of other SEOs I'm connected with around the country. So what I usually do is we just exchange links with one another. We don't really buy any links at all. If we do, it's like for specific sites, but we rarely ever do it. So if like I'm in a local market and Denver has like the Denver Times, let's say, I will actually pay the Denver Times money to like write an article on their site for my client. Anyone can do that. You could do that. Your clients can do that. But why? Like you're a land clearing company. Why do you want to contact the Denver Times and write an article about yourself? You know? So like what we usually do is we do a lot of outreach to these news stations in your local areas and write blog posts about your businesses there. And that's the best form of acquiring backlinks on a local level. Where it's different when you're an e-commerce brand or whatnot, but from a local level, local backlinks are key. Something I'm doing, and I'm about to write a tweet about, is I'm about to sponsor the local lacrosse team and baseball team of my high school. My school district's website has like a 75 domain rating, and we're gonna get 2 links right from their website. Another thing you can do is sponsored a little league team, stuff like that. Those are just some like great local backlinks you can build off of, and then we have our own network of backlinks that we build ourselves. Like those are just some stuff that like locally move the ticker for you.
That and other thing I heard the other day was Chamber of Commerce as well.
Yes.
Have you guys done any of that?
Yes, it's funny. We do that, and we do that for all our clients. That's a part of our citation package. We do that for all our clients, and then we always have people like hit us up and they're like, "Hey, like Chamber of Commerce thinks like you're a scam, like something's like scammy because," and we're like, no, it's just us. So yeah, all our clients go on Chamber of Commerce. People like BBB, but BBB is really not that. It's really not that prominent as it used to be.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, anything else on backlinks?
That's like the most I can get into it. There's more stuff that we do, but that's like a part of our own secret backlink strategy. But that's like the most I can get into it with you. There's just simple stuff like that. And this is more for like the DIYers. Like reach out to your people, reach out to your little leagues, reach out to your school districts, get links on their sites. Those are the best local backlinks you can get for yourself. Patch.com is a good one. A good thing about working with you is you have these YouTube and podcast channels, so you can build a ton of backlinks that way too.
Definitely. And yeah, for anybody listening to this as well, as we grow the podcast and as we grow, our websites here, one of the benefits to coming on the podcast is we do send you an email after and we say, hey, what websites do you want us to link in our show notes? So that's a benefit of kind of being part of this network, coming on the podcast. Anytime you can go on a podcast and be a guest and ask for a backlink, it's going to help too, right?
Yep. No, it helps a ton. And it's a great little like backlink building thing. Same with YouTube videos. I tell all my clients, make a YouTube account. We'll write you a description and we'll just add your name, address, phone number, website on the bottom of the YouTube videos. Some other backlinks I've gotten people is like on Business Insider, Forbes, stuff like that. We have connections inside those companies where we build backlinks there. And then we're actually able to take your Google map and embed it into their websites. I'll show you an example after the show. I can't do it right now.
Right. So we've covered Google My Business, getting reviews, making sure to get 5-star reviews. Quality is more important than quantity, is what you stated. We covered on-page SEO, which is essentially building a website with the correct structure. H1, stating your service locations. H1, for those of you who are listening, it's like your main heading. It's like whenever somebody comes on your website, that's the big bold text they see. We've also covered setting up your service pages for your website, and then also setting up your service location pages for the website. And then backlinks. You mentioned, Connor Schaller, sneaky backlinks. If you don't follow him, I think he's just at Connor Schaller, right? Yep. Yeah, some of you have reached out on Twitter and asked for his handle specifically. I'm pretty sure it's at Connor, CONNORSHOWLER. I'll double check that right now. But he's a good follow as far as like sneaky backlinks go. And you said just like doing your, yeah, I just confirmed it's at Connor Schaller. Then you said just doing your local little league, sponsoring like local school district, maybe youth sports or things like that to get backlinks. Anything else you want to share on SEO?
Nothing really. It's just like a consistency game. Like it's good that you are like, hey, we're gonna give the pressure washing company 12 months. Like it is a 12-month process, and people who like can't speed it up, everyone thinks they can. And that's just like some great understanding that like on your part is like you're like, we'll give this 12 months and see where it goes, because it does take time. Every market's different, but markets like Denver do take time. Markets like Austin, Texas do take time. Like these big markets take time. And that's why it's important to have patience, because when it does pay off, your return on investment will come fairly quickly. All it takes is one job, especially for guys like roofers, HVAC companies. All it takes is one job to get a return on investment.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, like the light bulb clicked for me last year. We literally just from our Optima landed. I think I did a tweet about this too, but it's like if I spend $18,000 on SEO and just one of these big jobs like that, that big job was like 275K, like that. And that's not even mentioning all the other 10, 20, 30, 40, and $50,000 jobs, right?
Exactly.
Like I'm looking at this as an investment. It cost me 18 grand a year to build some digital real estate, right? We all know real estate is valuable. If you were telling me that I could go put 18 grand into, home on a very well-trafficked location, or like business commercial building in a well-trafficked location, like I'd do that all day, right? We all know real estate is valuable. It's the same. I view it the same way online. How can I invest in my digital real estate so that it continues to pay dividends long term?
Another thing I'm seeing is like VC companies eat this crap up. They're eating up these service businesses. So like in your pitch to them buying you out, you can say like, look, I own the digital real estate. Like you guys don't really have to invest much on Google search marketing because we're already on top. Like you don't, like that's one thing that people love to see is, like you said, you own digital real estate, which is worth more sometimes than physical real estate just from getting leads. That's why there's a ton of rank and rent sites out there and whatnot, because just having the number one like organic search results is worth money alone.
So I've heard you talk about this before. Or you and I have talked offline about this. Like if you're in a secondary market outside of one of these big markets, like for example, like a mountain market outside of Denver, or for you, it's Rockwell County.
I'm in Rockland County, which is right outside New York City. Same with Julius.
You've told me before, like you love those secondary markets, right? Because that's where the low hanging fruit is, right?
So yeah, I would never start a business in New York City. I know there's a lot of money there, but from like a search perspective, you're shot. Like you're not going to make it because a lot of these businesses in the cities are built off relationships. So like, for example, New York City is right here where like, this is all upper Manhattan, the Bronx, where like I am right here. So I'm like pretty close to it. And then Julius is over in this area. So like I'm very close to the city, but where I see opportunity is people are driving in and out of the city every single day. They don't want to hire a demolition. They don't want to do demolition. They don't want to do they don't want to do any of that stuff. They don't want to do junk removal. So for me, it's like these people don't have time because they're working 50 hours a week plus commuting back and forth. That it's for service businesses, like these areas are gold mines.
So how do you view, like, for example, all right, look, I'm actively thinking through this and I want to get your perspective. So you do roles as your main service. But
Pardon
I've
me?
also heard you do dumpster rental as your main service. So
Yes.
you are optimizing for Rockland County dumpster rental.
Dumpster rental. Yep.
So for me, like land clearing is my main service, right? Grand County land clearing services.
Yes.
What if I want to offer grading services as well? Like for you, jumped into this demolition game. So like, how do you view that from a website and SEO perspective if you want to offer more services in your service?
So the thing about demolition, like it's tough. That's a good question. I have multiple mixed thoughts on this. I don't even have a direct answer for you. Something that I really want to do is make a separate company just for demolition and keep it separate. That I'm able to use the two other businesses to backlink with each other. So I'd have TNT dumpster rentals, TNT demolition, TNT junk removal, 3 separate websites, then link them all to each other. Or I can even make different brands on all of them too. So that's where it gets like really interesting and convoluted and whatnot. Like I can talk about that all day, or I can have one main website and just rank for each thing separately. But like that's always a fight I have in my head, like to make another website just for demolition. Because my current website is TNT carting and junk removal. So I can add a demolition side of it. But I was thinking about just adding another business because having carting, it's dumpster rental, but we call it carting in New York. Having carting, junk removal, and demo on one site kind of gets, there's a lot going on there. So that's something I'm always like a challenge I'm always like facing. I'm like, what should I do? What shouldn't I do? The thing about demolition though, a lot of word of mouth and handshakes. Like I got a huge demolition contract from pretty much just some guy knows me, knows I have a dumpster business and was like, hey, you guys do demolition? I have 30 houses I need demolished. So he found me through my dumpster business. So like it's mixed because people aren't searching for demo companies as much as they're searching for a dumpster rental. So if they call me for a dumpster rental and then they say, hey, you offer demo, like it's easy for me to upsell demo because I'm making way more money anyway off it. That's another thing I'll do. I'll have someone be like, hey, my mother passed away. Her house is filled with junk. We're going to need like 4 dumpsters. So I'll say, okay, you're going to need 4 dumpsters. Who's removing it for you? She's like, me and my other sister are. So that's when I come in and I use my salesman techniques. I'm like, if you and your sister are doing it and it's going to take you a couple weeks, like we can probably get it done for you in 2 days. It's going to be a little more money, but we can get the job done quicker and you guys won't have to lift a finger. We're going to get all the junk in and out of your house. Your house will look clean. You don't have to go through all of your belongings. Like we can show you what we're throwing out, what you want to keep. But that's just something I think is huge, is just answering the phone and being able to upsell more and more stuff will only make your home service business more valuable.
So this is something I'm actively thinking about, and I'm curious to get your opinion on this because I think about this every single day, or I have every single day for like the last probably 60 days. Should I, like if we start offering excavation grading services, right? Should I specify like
a separate
Bear
website.
Claw land clearing as one business and then build Bear Claw excavation and grading as a separate business and optimize the websites? Really?
I think so. It's tough. I hate to say it, but yes, I think that's a good idea. Some people would probably disagree with me, but like I like to have websites with just targeting like one specific niche, another specific niche. In the long run, it works out way better.
And then you would
also
link back from each website, right?
Yes, sir. Link back from each website. So something I like to do is like on my junk removal website, we have like junk removal for realtors, like junk removal for realtors. And the bottom of it, we also have like, we offer dumpster rental for realtors. And then it links back to my website.
So the reason I've been thinking about that is because like if you build a specific clearing company or a specific junk removal company, right? Or demolition company, if you build that website specific to that service, you are more likely to like, there are some crazy, like the internet is a crazy thing, right? You never know who's going to land on your website and who's going to call you. For example, like I know I always harp on this, but like we got a call for a federal project last year that we won specifically from our website because we had land clearing search term and it was this huge project in Rocky Mountain National Park. We would have never got that project if it was like, hey, you know, we do landscaping and grading in Winter Park residential homes, right? Like,
Yep.
the fact that we were optimized for land clearing, and I think about that a lot on, should I build like one big business like Bear Claw Land Services offering land clearing, excavation, grading, like all of those services, or do you specify each one out to your
Another
point? And
another thing I do that's like pretty, I wouldn't say it's hacky, pretty black hat for SEO is putting the name of your business in the service area. So something for you is like, if you're going to start like for your pressure washing company, it's Denver Pressure Washing. Colorado Power Wash, sorry, not Denver. Or something like, if you have Bear Claw lands, like Bear Claw Excavating Denver, Bear Claw Excavating Winter Park, Bear Claw Excavating on your Google My Business profiles, having the keywords that people are searching for in the profile is another huge hack that increases your rankings already. Because when people are searching for land clearing in Denver and you have that in your Google My Business profile title, you're only going to show up higher.
okay, strategy though. Do you build, and I know you've said you had some opinions on this. So, and I know you said you've thought about it for your business. Is it better to build one website and offer multiple services, or long term build separate websites specific to each service, like highly specific to each service?
It's a tough question. Yes and no. I think what you have for Bear Claw is perfect right now. But if you want to just get into excavation, I think it makes sense to do that. I'll show you an example of someone I work with. He's a clean out company they're called Brooklyn and Bergen Cleanouts. They also have a dumpster rental side of things. So we have a page, junk removal for real estate professionals. 10% off clean out services, trucks, Rockland Cleanouts, Bergen Cleanouts. So I work with his Bergen County location. This is the guy subcontract all my work to in Bergen County because I'm not allowed there. He's also in Rockland, but we work together. So if I scroll down, his dumpster rental page is on here and it links back to his website. So this is something that like is interesting because junk removal and dumpster rental are very similar. But he has separate websites for Bergen County, dumpster rental and junk removal. So he can't do dumpster rentals in Rockland. He can only do junk removal. So I give him all my dumpster work in Bergen. He gives me all his dumpster work in Rockland. But we did this for his website where his dumpster thing is interlinked to his junk removal page.
Got it.
So that's why it gets, because they're similar services. That's why it gets finicky. Is like I've had pages rank with having multiple services, but I've had the opposite happen too, where we had to make two separate profiles to get them to rank two websites. So I guess it's very like industry and service area specific. But if you're going to tell me you want to start an excavation factor branch of Bear Claw, I think we should make you Bear Claw Excavating Services website and build it out from there.
Really?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea. I think we'd get you ranked quicker that way too. I know it's a lot of work. We got to get you a new GMB profile. Yeah, that's the one thing where like we're people. It's a lot of work to do this stuff, but if you really want to dominate the digital online presence, you got to do uncomfortable stuff at the end of the day.
For sure. Okay, so started Bear Claw Land Services. I actually I thought I knew which service I wanted to go, but I was pretty service agnostic. I wanted to see where the market took me, which that's controversial as well. Like I think the people who can say I'm doing this specific service and I'm doing this no matter what, they brand around that. Those are the people who are like really successful. Like I brought that guy Brock Peel on the podcast. Dude's incredible. He started Canadian Sanitation. Like he's like, all we do is septics, and we do it in this area, and we're building the websites to be the specialists in septic. And dude, he went from like 0 to 1.7 operating months, like incredible. But his whole deal is it's because I specialized. He used to be in the general contracting industry where he'd do like concrete and he'd dig some foundations, all that stuff. My question for you right now, Claw Land Services kind of encompasses all the different services.
Yes.
Land clearing, excavation. We could do like hardscaping underneath that. If we were to go the specialization route, would it make sense to make like a land clearing specific, like Bear Claw Land Clearing or bearclawclearing.com and bearclawexcavation.com, and then you have two specific sites?
Then we add your site to the bottom of each. Like we'll actually interlink, external link the sites to each other.
Okay,
separate
but
Google My Business profiles, all the whole.
We are ranked #1 right now with Bear Claw Land Service. If we were to change that name to like Land Clearing and use the current Google My Business and current website to specific to the land clearing service, would we jeopardize that #1 ranking if we make those changes?
Yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. Your land clearing stuff, I wouldn't even touch. But if you want to add another service like excavating, I know you have it on your website, but it would be quicker if we just created a separate website for excavating services and then start targeting out each service area like we did with Bear Claw.
Okay, so you essentially have like a tree related service or vegetation related service, and then you have an excavation business.
Sir. Yep.
Okay.
And you know who you're talking about Google AI earlier? Just hit my head. You know, like in Telluride, Colorado, you are ranking on the Google AI side of things.
I mean, like whenever we made that tweet, there are people all over from Colorado who searched it from there.
Yeah,
I remember even like Estes Park, one dude down in Telluride, a dude in Aspen did. And they all searched it and they were like, yeah, independently verified, right?
Yeah, it's badass, dude.
So it is because we could start getting calls all over the state for that.
Generative AI is experimental. Land clearing can include tree removal, debris removal, and demolition. Here are some places that offer land clearing services.
So
your boy's on top.
Yeah, that's great. Like if I were to show up in Telluride though, and my Google My Business right there that shows up says Winter Park, how does that hit with the customer?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, but that's a Google thing. For us, that is tough. But how far is Durango from Telluride?
How far is Durango from Telluride? I don't know. I'd have to look. That's all down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. That's the second person, you know, like excavating contractors in this search right here. Like Durango is second, Winter Park's first. The thing is, do customers really look at that, or do they just click on you and call you, you know? Are we going over the time?
Yeah. I'm getting roped into Easter stuff here.
Okay.
Well, so my daughter's up, and I just want to say thanks so much for making time for this.
Awesome. Nah, yeah, this was a great podcast. I had a lot of fun, and we can chop it up anytime because we talk on the phone like this all fucking week anyway.
I know. All right. Well, for the who are listening, thank you so much for listening. I know you guys are probably hearing my daughter in the background. Yeah, if you're listening on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe the channel. You'll get notifications for whenever we drop new episodes. Comment with somebody who might get some value out of this. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, like and follow the channel. That's how you'll get notifications for when we drop new episodes here. And same thing, we always talk about building 5-star reviews. Like we're focused on building quality businesses. That's what Bodhi and I are like always talking about. Like we're calling each other all week. Like how do we help each other grow our businesses, right? Not just SEO, just general business stuff. But the same thing applies to a podcast. I'm focusing on doing my best to create quality content over quantity. So 5-star reviews are super important. If you don't mind to just take seconds, leave a 5-star review for the podcast. And then if you think you're a good fit for coming on as a guest for the show, just reach out to us. And like I said, backlinks are important to SEO. So if you come be a part of if you're a guest on the podcast, we'll get you a back. But anyways, we'll wrap up this episode. Don't forget, work hard, do your best, never settle for less. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.